Traptrix is a deck that has the potential to take over the current meta. With access to powerful Link 1s such as Traptrix Shara, even the best meta decks will suffer. This deck got so much better post-Bode with the addition of cards like Lord of the Heavenly Prison, which can protect your own back row. This deck can also abuse cards like Dimension Shifter, a card that can end the turns of the most powerful decks in the game. This control-based strategy can dictate the flow of the game while having access to cards to end the game in one turn. What's up guys, welcome to this episode of Head-to-Head Battles. In today's episode, we're going to be going over this brand new Traptrix strategy without the Amazement Engine. Now, with the addition of cards like Lord of the Heavenly Prison, this deck gets a lot better because you gain more card advantage while protecting your assets. Okay? If you guys like content like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell and comment down below if you agree or disagree with anything that I say or the cards that I've played in this deck. Also, big PSA, apparently liking the video helps the video more than commenting on the video. Doesn't make any sense, but if you guys want to help us out to push us through the algorithm so more people can see this profile, please like this video. Also guys, big announcement. We're having a huge blowout sale up to 30% off on select items. If you guys head over to HeadtoHeadBattles.com and you need some TCG accessories, make sure to go there and check out because that is the best way for you guys to support us as content creators. Also, if you guys want to see this deck being played live, testing, I know, live testing is insane, right? Because you can't like edit stuff out. Head over to twitch.tv/HeadtoHeadBattles where you can see me test this live and roast me if I make any mistakes. And without further ado, I've kept you waiting long enough. Let's get straight into this damn deck profile. Okay, so first off, we're playing Traptrix Mermelio. Now this card is really good because its effect is mandatory. So when you're summoning it off of Traptrix Shara, even if your opponent doesn't have a back row, even if you don't have any back row, it will still trigger nonetheless, which will trigger your Traptrix Shara again, okay? Next, we're playing triple Traptrix Mantis. Now, Mantis allows you to add a Traptrix monster to hand. In most cases, if you're summoning this, you're adding Dionea, because when you summon Dionea, or special summon Dionea, or normal summon Dionea rather, it allows you to special summon the Mantis back from your graveyard, allowing you to go straight into your rank 4 plays, okay? Next, we're playing double Dionea. I might bump this up to 3, but we're only playing 2 because it simply isn't your best starter, right? Because Dionea alone doesn't really do much. Even though Traptrix Shara is the way, it would be nice to plus off the Mermelio because Mermelio adds you a normal hole card, or a Mantis because it adds you a Traptrix monster. But Dionea isn't the best starter, but definitely it doesn't hurt to see a Traptrix name because you do want to play the game, okay? Next, we're playing one Traptrix Vesiculo. This card is basically an extender. Even if your normal summon has been eaten up and you get interrupted, you can use Vesiculo to special summon itself to go into Traptrix Shara, which is basically one of your win conditions, which is really weird, and an 800 attack Link 1 monster. Next, we're playing triple Dimension Shifter. Now, you guys know how much I love this card, simply because this card wins you games alone, right? And even if you lose a die roll and you happen to go second, the card allows you to pretty much play first with the 6th card in hand. Well, 5 because you're using D-Shifter, but it effectively turns off the turns of most of the decks in the meta currently, right? Like Tri-Brigade, Virtual World, Drytrons, Sword Souls. Like, they're not playing under Dimension Shifter. You could argue that Sword Souls could put up a negate under D-Shifter, but I mean, you're playing Traptrix, right? Like, you have so much cards that gain you and net you card advantage, it doesn't really matter, okay? Next, we're playing triple Parallel Exceed. Now, I don't know where my last Prismatic Secret Rare Parallel Exceed is, and I couldn't find it before the video, so I apologize. But Exceed is one of your better cards in the deck, and it's become even better with the addition of Lord of the Heavenly Prisons, right? Because instead of going through Rafflesia or Abyss Dweller, now you can go into Gallant Granite, because Gallant Granite will search you Lord of the Heavenly Prison. Hence why later you'll see that we only play 2 because we don't need to really see the card, but it doesn't hurt to see the card because if you have Lord of the Heavenly Prison in your hand, you can go Parallel Exceed and make Rafflesia, which gives you an extra layer of protection, which is really, really nice, okay? Next for our hand traps, we're playing Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Ash is a catch-all. Ash Blossom does hurt Floowandereeze a lot and Sword Souls, and it is good against every other deck, okay? Next, we're playing double Lord of the Heavenly Prison. Now, this card is really special, and this card came out in Burst of Destiny, or Burst of Destruction, Destiny, yeah, whatever, Bode. This card is really good because you reveal it and it protects your set cards, not just back row. It protects set cards, right? And when a trap card gets activated, you can summon this card and set any spell or trap from your deck straight to the field. This card is insane. Not only is it a 3k body, it allows you to like gain card advantage when you go and use your cards, right? Because even if you net 0, that's still better than going -1, okay? So that's it for our monster lineup. Now for our spells. We're playing triple pot of Prosperity. Prosperity is really good in this deck going first, especially because we do play Waken the Dragon targets in here. And the fact that, you know, we can banish 6 easily doesn't hurt whatsoever, right? Now, you're generally digging for a Traptrix name because the only time you're losing with this deck is when you're not seeing that Traptrix name. So hopefully Pot of Prosperity does fix that. And we don't really care about the half damage anyways because we have cards like Gravedigger's Trap Holes where they just like lose 2k just for playing. So this card is definitely essential in this deck. Now, for our one-ofs, we're playing Called by the Grave and Double or Nothing. When they Ash to Myrmelio, it doesn't really hurt that bad, simply because, you know, we do have so many other cards in the deck that help bolster our strategy. But getting that +1 off from Myrmelio definitely helps. Now, Double or Nothing is one of the biggest bricks in this deck, and we are playing 42 to kind of help us not see Double or Nothing. And we can play 42 because Pot of Prosperity, right? Because it effectively allows you to dig 6 plus the 5 cards in your hand, allowing you to see the top 11 cards of your deck, right? So playing 42 doesn't hurt whatsoever. So that's our spell lineup. It is a smaller spell lineup. Now, for the creme de la creme, we are playing triple Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Now, a lot of people play this at 2, but I honestly believe it's not once per turn, right? So it doesn't matter if you see it in multiples. And this card is really, really good, right? Because you can argue that it doesn't stop effects on field, but you play cards like Infinite Impermanence to help with that strategy. But Gravedigger's Trap Hole is really good against Tri-Brigade, Virtual World, Drytrons, because they all activate in the hand or in the graveyard, as well as Long Yuan and Sword Souls and Floowandereeze, because all their effects happen in the Banish pile, and these stop that as well, okay? Next, we're playing triple Phantom Knights of Shade Brigadine. This card is really good, especially when you're going to cards like Time Thief Redoer, because it's basically a bounce, and it definitely works as an extender. And if you open a Traptrix name with Shade Brigadine, and you make Sarah, and we'll go over this in the combo later, it allows you to go into that rank 4 quite easily, while also setting you a trap card straight from the deck off of Sarah's effect, okay? Next, we're playing triple Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence deck is really, really good, even going second as a card, simply because Imperm does stop a lot of plays, especially if you're playing against Sword Souls or Floowandereeze or even Phantom Knights. But generally speaking, Imperm is definitely really good in this deck because we do have a card called Traptrix Sarah, okay? Next, we're playing triple Solemn Strike. Solemn Strike is really good in the meta right now, simply because it does help us stop effects on the field if you are arguing that Gravedigger only stops effects in hand, graveyard, and banished. But Solemn Strike is really good in this meta. It doesn't trigger your Traptrix Sarah, which is something that you have to know, but at the same time, it's such a powerful card that there's no reason not to play it, okay? Next, we're playing double Torrential Tribute. This card is really good because Traptrix Sarah is unaffected by trap cards. So even in the battle phase, if you summon, let's say, Shade Brigadine in the battle phase, and then you chain Torrential Tribute, your Traptrix Sarah will trigger, and it will stay alive. So not only can you pop a back row with Myrmelio, you can set another trap card straight from the deck, okay? Next, we're playing 1 Floodgate Trap Hole, 1 Traptrix Hole Nightmare, and 1 IO. Now, we're only playing 5 spell cards in the deck, and 1's a brick anyways, so technically we're only playing 4. IO is really good because it stops most decks as well. Like, imagine if you have D-Shifter IO, like, you are chilling, okay? Floodgate Trap Hole isn't as good if you're going up against Rituals or Fusions because they can still Ritual or Fusion with face down cards. Decks such as like Tri-Brigade, if you Floodgate Trap Hole them, they can't link off the effects, which is really good. Traptrix Hole Nightmare, it's not that great. It's really good because you know, it destroys and negates the monster, but the monster had to have been special summoned that turn, which makes it a little bit situational. But nonetheless, if you have Rafflesia on the field, this card is very, very good in the deck, right? So that's it for our main deck. That was a 42 main deck. Okay, let's move over to our extra deck. Now, don't flame me for this, but we are only playing double Traptrix Sarah. The way the deck is built currently, you definitely don't need 3 because you only need to plus off of it like once or twice. If you need to plus off of it 3 times, like one of you are definitely doing something wrong, okay? We're playing 1 Traptrix Coolaria. This card is really good because it reborns a monster to give you follow-up to go into Traptrix Sarah, or link climb into access code or whatever else you may need. Now let's talk about Traptrix Sarah for a little bit. This card is really good because it nets you +2 in card advantage. When you make Traptrix Sarah, and especially if you have like Lore of the Heavenly Prison, or if you have Parallel Exceed, you can chain block Sarah, which is really nice. But when you summon Mermelio or Dianeo or Mantis and use their effects, it sets you a trap card straight from the deck. So Traptrix Sarah is really good, but you have to remember it's normal trap cards only, okay? Now for the rest of our links, we're playing 1 Link Spider, we're playing 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and 1 Access Code Talker. These are all utility cards. Link Spider is if you don't open any Traptrix names, but you open Shade Brigandine and Parallel Exceed. And we'll go through these combos later in the video, but just keep that in mind for now. Unicorn and Access Code Talker is basically one of our ways to OTK. We do have other ways in the deck to OTK, which is really, really nice. But Unicorn Access Code is generally really nice because we do have multiple attributes in our extra deck, okay? So that's it for our Link monsters. Now, for our XCs, we're playing 1 Gallant Granite, which grabs us Lord of the Heavenly Prison. We're playing 1 Dweller for those graveyard-heavy decks. We're playing 1 Traptrix Rafflesia. Now, Rafflesia is a really good card because it protects your Sarah while at the same time being any normal hold trap card, which makes you function really well because it gives you protection as well as giving you utility, allowing you to be reactive as well as proactive, especially if you have Lord of the Heavenly Prisons, out of the deck, okay? Next, we're playing Time Thief Redoer. We're playing Zeus because, we do have a lot of Xyz monsters. And we're playing the Utopia package and Utopia Double. This is the reason why we're playing Double or Nothing. It allows us to punch our opponent for game. And generally speaking, in a simplified game state, after you've stopped all their plays, because this deck has the potential to do that, Utopia Double is definitely a really good way to OTK. But don't forget that you cannot attack directly and get that attack buff. It's only on monsters only, okay? Now, for our final 2, Awakening the Dragon targets Dragoons and Exterio. Exterio is really, really good because you basically win the game, right? Exterio says that whenever your opponent activates a spell or trap card, you banish 1, mill 1, and you negate it, right? And it's not once per chain, and it's disgustingly powerful, okay? So that is our very tight 15-card extra deck. Let's move over to the side deck. Now, the side deck is a little tough simply because, the side deck needs to be built for the current meta. And this side deck is built for, the current format right now, but this side deck could change, okay? So we are playing triple Nibiru. A lot of decks, especially Phantom Knights, Virtual Worlds, they do loosen Nibiru. Even Drytrons loosen Nibiru sometimes if they are playing incorrectly. But Nib is one of those cards where if it resolves, like, you're chilling, right? So generally speaking, when you're siding, when you're going first, you want to side out the D-shifters and stuff. And when you're going second and you know what you're playing against, you can choose to side on the Nibirus, but this is a great card to have. Next, we're playing triple Waking the Dragon. Generally speaking, game 2, your opponent will know what you're playing and generally side in Twin Twister Lightning Storms. And Waking the Dragon is a great card, especially allowing you to summon Dragoons, which is a Omni Negate, and Exterio, which is basically a spell and trap negate, but like an infinite spell or trap negate, right? Next, we're playing triple Evenly Matched. Going up against other back row decks with this deck is actually really, really good because Traptrix Sarah and most of your Traptrix links are unaffected by trap cards. So if they try to imperm your Sarah, you go okay, and then you go, Sarah effect, which is really, really nice. Next, we're playing triple Anti-Spell Fragrance, another blowout card, which is really, really nice. And for finally, we're playing triple Lightning Storm. Now, you don't really lose to back row decks, but there, some back row are very scary. Hence the reason why we have so much back row hate here. But yeah, so that's it for our deck profile. Let's move over to our combo section. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you some 2-card combos, but I did draw a hand. But generally speaking, this combo is basically with Exceed and Mermelio. So we won't even worry about the rest of our hand here. So we're going to normal summon Mermelio, which will grab us a Gravedigger's Trap Hole, right? And then we're going to link the Mermelio off for a Traptrix Sarah. And then we're gonna chain Parallel Exceed to that, okay? So you're gonna summon Parallel Exceed, which will summon you out another Parallel Exceed, okay? And let's say you drew Lord of the Heavenly Prison, right? So in this case, you can Exceed these off into a Traptrix Rafflesia, which will protect your Traptrix Sarah. And then the Gravedigger's trap hole is set. And let's say you have a Solemn Strike, and then you can reveal Lord of the Heavenly Prison to protect your back row, which is really, really nice. Now, on the following turn, this is really important. Let's say you Gravedigger's Trap Hole, right? You can go Chainlink 1 Sarah, Chainlink 2 Lord of the Heavenly Prison, which will help you chain block the Sarah, which is really important, right? You'll summon the Lord of the Heavenly Prison, and with Lord of the Heavenly Prison, you can set any spell or trap in the game. So I'll set IO, because IO is just insane, right? And then you'll go Sarah Effect, which will summon you a Traptrix Myrmelio. Now, Myrmelio, like I said, is a mandatory trigger. So Myrmelio will trigger, which will trigger Sarah again, allowing you to set a normal hold trap card. In this case, I think double Gravediggers is really nice because it puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. And if you look at your board, this is off of 2 cards, right? Which is really, really insane. And Lord of the Heavenly Prison being a 3K body, as well as Rafflesia protecting your Sarah, and Sarah being protected by trap cards, or rather against trap cards, this board is really, really powerful. So we'll try another combo with the Shade Brigadine and kind of go through a different line of play. Now, for the second combo, it's basically Myrmelio and a Shade Brigadine. So same thing. We're going to normal summon Myrmelio, and we'll go Myrmelio Effect, add us a Gravedigger's Trap Hole, okay? And then we're going to link off the Myrmelio for a Traptrix Sarah. We're going to set the Shade Brigadine, activate the Shade, summon the Shade, which will trigger Sarah, right? So we'll go Sarah Effect, summon Myrmelio. Myrmelio is a mandatory trigger. And you don't have to pop anything. So don't let people cheat you or say that you are wrong, okay? And then because a Traptrix Monster's effect activated, Sarah will activate again, allowing us to set straight from our deck any normal hold trap card. So this card generally doesn't matter, okay? And this is the 1 card in hand. And now from here, we can go into either Gallant Granite if you do not have the Lord of the Heavenly Prison, or something spicier is you can go to Time Thief Redoer. So Redoer, with Redoer on the field, you have a balance because you have a trap card over here. And generally speaking, you have 3 more cards in your hand. And imagine if you open Parallel Exceed and you were able to go into double Xyz, and this was your final board, right? There's so much potential with these combos that a lot of people don't understand how much net advantage you can get with 2 cards, right? This is one of the few trap decks that can get Nibiru. Like, I mean, obviously don't get Nibiru, but the possibility is there, right? And if you make Rafflesia 4th summon, you can chain Rafflesia to Nibiru and send Gravedigger's Trap Hole to the graveyard to negate Nibiru anyways, right? In this essence, Traptrix is a deck that really, really shines when you're up against any type of deck, right? Because they just have so much utility that you can play through pretty much anything. All right, guys? All right, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell to join the squad. And comment down below if you agree or disagree with any of my card choices or anything that I said in this video. And don't forget, we are having a huge blowout sale over at HeadtoHeadBattles.com where there are 30% off of select items. So if you've ever needed a playmat, a field center, some stickers, go get yours right now. It's gonna be really, really freaking dope. All right, guys. Also, we're almost at 20,000 subs, okay? Make sure you guys are telling your friends about us and let them know that there's a really dope buff Asian dude doing dope deck profiles and skits and whatever, all right? I freaking love you guys so much, man. Thank you for watching this video. This is Susu from HeadtoHead Battles, signing out. What's up, guys?
If you haven't subscribed, make sure to click that button right there in the middle.
Also, if you haven't watched that video that YouTube is recommending you, it's probably crazy, all right? Go watch it. This is Susu from HeadtoHead Battles,
HeadtoHead Battles,
signing out.